Hi guys, it's Rohan here. First off, I'd like to start off by saying a big thank you to Mahesh Kaka and Purva Maushi, not just for organizing Guru Purnima or for organizing MKSM, but really for playing the role that they did in shaping me into what I am today. So, if you don't know, I started with Mahesh Kaka when I was 4, way back in 2014. So I wasn't even in kindergarten at the time, I was only in preschool. And ever since then, music has been that one eternal constant in my life. And I simply can't imagine life without music, without Mahesh Kaka, without this community that has so lovingly accepted me and nurtured me and watched me grow from little kid to slightly bigger kid to almost a teenager. And MKSM has always been this safe haven for me where I can really be myself, I can be who I want to be, and I can be in my environment. And I would like to thank Mahesh Kaka, Purva Maushi, and the rest of the team for helping me so much in my journey. So, I would like to say first a few words about my first Guru Purnima, GP 2014. I remember the hall so vividly. It was not a formal auditorium, but there was a carpet near the front of the stage, and all of us little kids and Mahesh Kaka were sitting there and watching the performances. And when my batch was ready to go up, Harshad Uncle, doing mic check, he was raising people's mics, he was adjusting the mic to people. And then he came to me. And I was so small, I was super excited. And he just picked me up and set me in relation to the mic that was assigned to me. And ever since then, GP Guru Purnima has always been a very comfortable, familiar, and it always has a lot of excitement. But it's always achingly familiar every time I come on the stage and perform. So, on that topic, Guru Purnima is not just a performance, it's a concept, it's an experience, and more than anything else, it's like a home festival, where everyone here is a part of this big community and has a strong bond to the MKSM team. And it all starts when Mahesh Kaka, we've been learning a repertoire, we've been learning bandishas, and then that first alap comes. And that alap, when it's taught, immediately incurs a big change in everyone's mind and begins what I like to call game mode. Then, more and more is taught and the concept of performing on this big stage appears, and then practices are scheduled, and we all go to the beautiful Saratoga HQ of MKSM, and the air there is so beautiful. The GP atmosphere is almost filling the entire house. MKSM students are all over the place, humming, singing, practicing in all the different rooms. And you get to hear all sorts of different rags, all sorts of different moods, and all sorts of different times. It really is a medley of just a wonderful setting of music. And of course, I think the biggest thing for my batch and for a lot of other batches is getting to joke around after practice. So when you're practicing, it's all serious. And then the moment we step out of that practice room, it's all lighthearted and there's jokes and we're laughing about what we did wrong. And I think that's also part of the spirit of GP, not just this big hall and the stage. And then of course we do accomplished practices. Thank you to Omkar Uncle and Jay Uncle for helping us so much. We do dress rehearsals, group assignments, etc. And then the week comes and we get in the zone, physically, mentally, and vocally. That means no fried foods, no fermented foods, and once again, this is part of the GP experience, not just this auditorium and this stage. And to me, Guru Purnima symbolizes our devotion to our Guruji and our devotion to what we are doing. And it showcases everything that we have worked on for the past year. And one thing about Mahesh Kaka's teachings is that they don't just teach you music, they teach you about life. For example, I've had a scenario where I've toiled for hours and hours and sent him a recording. And his only response has been, try to make it as beautiful as it can be. And needless to say, 8 years in the making, I'm still far away, still in pursuit of that perfect beauty. And to be honest, this stage, like several stages, can create a lot of nervousness. But to me, GP is such a familiar experience, and it's like a home festival with family, and I love this community so much that this is one of those stages where I never get nervous and I'm very comfortable in my element. So I would just like to thank Mahesh Kaka and Purva Maushi once more for bringing to us this day full of joy and for bringing me music, it's really my thing now. It's something that I can use to express myself, something that I can use to challenge myself, something that I can work towards. And I would really like to thank Mahesh Kaka, Purva Mamshi, and this entire community for creating this event and for really making this huge change in my life. Thank you. Happy singing!